Hello and welcome. On behalf of this oral history project, Am IUN, I, Meghan Conger, will be interviewing Jigerjit Cheema. Today is July 31st, 2024, and we are located on the third floor of Anderson Library. Do I have your permission to record and share this interview?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start out with some childhood questions. So tell me about your childhood and family experience. Where did you grow up?
So actually, I was born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia. We
Okay.
moved to Highland, Indiana in about 2010 during the recession, just because things were really hard down in the South. And with my dad's business, it was just better for us to move up here to be closer to my dad's side of the family,
Okay.
who are in the similar business, which is just gas station industry.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been living here since 2009. It's been all right.
Do you remember how that move impacted your family within the recession time?
Yeah, I feel like it made my parents' marriage a little bit more difficult just because down south is where most of my mom's family was. So
Okay.
then she moved up north to be closer to my dad's side of the family. So I feel like just the move with three kids too at that was
Yeah.
kind of challenging for them for sure. And I always thought, okay, so when I moved here, I watched a lot of Christmas movies like Home Alone. So I was like,
Yeah.
wow, the snow is going to be amazing. This is going to be great. Yeah, no. That
Mm-mm.
was a really bad storm that year. And I remember like shoveling, helping my mom. And I'm like, this is not Home Alone. I do not feel like a Christmas wonderland.
Yeah, shoveling is definitely rough, especially in Indiana.
Yeah, and on my back. It was not
Yeah.
easy.
Could you share more about your ethnic and family background?
Yeah, so I am Indian. My dad is from India, my mom's from India. And I am Sikh Punjabi. So there's not a lot of us. There's about 14% of us currently. After our war, I guess, with Pakistan. So it's just been, yeah, us. But there's everywhere we go, we find our small little community.
Yeah.
Yep, there's all of us everywhere.
Could you tell me a little bit more about you being you said Sikh
Punjabi.
Punjabi?
Yeah, it's been I feel like as a kid, I didn't value it as much as I do now, just because our move, a lot of obviously kids didn't know who I was. So
Mm-hmm.
coming into a new environment, kids were not nice. So like just knowing that I was Indian, I feel like there was just a lot of misconception and kids were just kind of rude. So I didn't really appreciate it
Yeah.
as much growing up, but as much as I do now, I guess I could say.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Going along with that, did you have any traditions passed down through your family?
Yeah, so basically all of our Indian traditions, everything that we do when it comes to different holidays, the foods that we cook during those holidays, when it comes to we have like a holiday where we basically wrap a bracelet around our brother, just out of like a sign of respect, and
Yeah.
then the brother gives you money, which is always nice because who doesn't want money? But yeah, it's just basically appreciating your elders.
Okay.
Mhm.
So then what type of activities did you do it for fun as a kid?
As a kid, we played outside a lot. So I wasn't like the kid that grew up with TV, iPad, phones, none of that. I literally didn't get my own phone until I was 16 years old. And that's
Yeah.
just because like all the sports that I was in at that time. But yeah, we just mainly played outside. I rode my bike a lot. I liked to go hiking, beach, all of that stuff.
So what would you say is your favorite part of your childhood then?
Probably hanging out with my best friends and going to the beach with them and like our parents and stuff. Our parents were best friends. Me and my best friend were obviously friends. And then our siblings were also best friends. So it was just like a huge family thing.
Okay,
So
so do
yeah.
you still have those friendships today
Oh
then?
my goodness, yes.
Yeah.
I see them all the time, as much as I can at least since she moved to Southern Illinois.
Yeah, that's definitely exciting to still have friends from your childhood.
Yeah, that is my girl. She's not going anywhere.
So where did you attend school and how would you describe your experience?
Yeah, so growing up, I went to Warren Elementary and then just Highland Middle and Highland High.
Okay.
It was elementary school, I feel like was a little bit rough just because that's when I came here.
Mm-hmm.
It was fifth grade and that's where I met my best friend actually. So
Yeah, that's
she
good.
kind of helped the whole process. And then as I started getting older and playing sports like volleyball, I was able to make more friends. So I guess it wasn't too bad as I got older, but at first it was definitely rough.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
What type of activities did you do during school? Like, I know you mentioned sports.
Yeah, so that's basically all I did. I did lots of sports. I wasn't really like a bookworm. I wish I was though, seriously, because now I'm trying to get into it.
Yeah.
But I played a lot of sports. I ran track. I played volleyball since elementary school. I even did a little bit of football in middle school. Then I ended up with a concussion, so it was no more football.
Yeah, I could not do football.
Yeah, I think I was just trying to be rebellious because my dad at that point was like, "You're either doing track or football. Like you have to pick a sport." And I think he was just saying that, thinking I was gonna pick track since he played track or ran track growing up.
Yeah.
But I was like, "No, I'm gonna do football." And yeah, no.
Yeah. Well, then, did you have a favorite sport that you did through your early education years?
Yeah, volleyball completely, hands down. I still play for a Crown Point Rec League, which is nice, and it's co-ed, so it's a little fun.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to join if
Well,
you
thank you.
want.
I'm
Yeah.
not great at volleyball, but I do play
Hey,
occasionally.
it's all for fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. Were there any influential teachers or authority figures from that time?
Yeah, her name is Mrs. Labarsky. She was my ESL teacher, which is my English as a second language class. And I was in that since elementary school, since I'm bilingual. I speak
Yeah.
Punjabi, Urdu, Hindi. So I was in that class, and she was one of those teachers who was very helpful. You can go to her class and have lunch and ask her questions. I would take my tests there. She really did help out a whole lot, and she's part of the reason why I started to cherish my culture, my religion, and not be so embarrassed by it.
Yeah, I think it's great that you had that teacher to kind of help you flourish into being proud of who you are.
Yeah, and we're still friends to this day. She retired after she was my baby sister's teacher, I want to say about like 3, 4 years ago now.
That's great that you're still friends with her.
Yeah, I love that lady.
Did your early education play a role in coming to IUN or pursuing higher education regarding your profession?
So I feel like growing up, it wasn't really an option on if I was going to go to school or not. It's just what I was going to do when I got
Mhm.
here. So I feel like I kind of always knew I was going to go to school, but I had a difficult time figuring out what I wanted to major in. So I started off as like a bio major
Yeah.
student. I wanted to go into dentistry just because I mean, being a dentist, big bucks, and I do enjoy healthcare in general. But as time went on, I realized that it's just not my passion. And even though still I don't know if I love what I'm doing, which is business, um, I feel like I kind of always known that this was the direction I was going to take. I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do.
Yeah, you seem very confident in like the business degree and in the classes that we've had in the past. You seem
Yeah,
just very confident and very comfortable in that type of degree
environment.
and
Yeah,
path.
thank you.
Mhm. So, did your ethnicity or family background change your experience in any way within your education?
Yes and no. I feel like since there was so much pressure being applied to me on what I wanted to do, it kind of made me resent school a little bit. So then I really took my time. Like I graduated high school in 2017. That's when I started going to school. And it's 2024 now. So I was really taking my time, taking the minimum amount of classes that I could every semester, partially because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, also
Mm-hmm.
because the pressure and just like the Indian society as a whole, it's a lot of pressure because everybody is either going for their engineering degree or being a doctor, and it's like neither one of those things
Yeah.
like entices me. It doesn't. I don't want to do any of that. So um, I guess yes and no.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you found your path and that
Mhm.
even though you're doing it slow and steady, you're still almost done now and you
Yeah.
know what you want to do.
Yes. Thank you.
Mhm. So, what brought you to IUN?
Well, it was closest to my house. The Scary campus is literally 15 minutes away from Highland. Um, I didn't really have the option to go out of the state only because my dad and like our religion, he
Mm-hmm.
just felt like it would be safer and best for me to stay home, which before I didn't understand, but now I'm grateful because it did save a lot of money. I didn't really think about that growing up.
Yeah.
So it was either here, Purdue, really. So I just kind of liked IUN better. My cousins went here,
Mm-hmm.
so I just kind of knew a lot of people who went here too.
Yeah, that's good that you had that influence that you knew people that went through and you kind of knew what to expect when you were coming in.
Mhm.
So what's your major and how did you decide that this is what you wanted to do?
So I am majoring in business and minoring in human resource management and marketing. As I had mentioned earlier, I originally was going to school just to become a dentist,
Mm-hmm.
and then quickly realized it's just not something that I felt would be right for me. I went through IUN's dental assisting program, which is great. It's ADA accredited. You're gaining a lot of experience through all the clinical rotations you have to do. I think I did like 240 hours of clinical rotations, and doing that in office hours is very hard because it's
Yeah.
not like I can go overnight. But I mean, it helped me pick the path that I wanted to take now, for sure, just because it showed me a lot of these dental offices don't really have good HR or marketing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, if I'm helping you guys give ideas and this is what's kind of making me happy more so than assisting, then maybe I should try going the business route. And I tried social work, I tried everything, hence me being in college for so long too.
Yeah.
I have like a million credits, I feel like, but
So do you
yeah.
feel like you still want to stay in healthcare and work in like HR marketing within healthcare?
Oh, 100%. That's the end goal for sure. Aside from opening up a few businesses of my own, I feel like I want to work for Henry Schein, which is a huge healthcare company.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I met with a couple reps already with through different opportunities I've gotten through the school. So I feel like the job market's great. You're always gonna have a job. I already know what I'm talking about since I've been in the field. I was an EMT before being a dental assistant, so it's like I feel very confident in healthcare just behind the scenes.
Well, that's good that you feel confident in healthcare, but
Mhm.
you just mentioned opening like your own business. Is that
Mhm.
something that is just going opposite direction of healthcare, or is it something that is going along with that?
Yeah, so I want multiple source of income. So my thought is, how can I do that without getting 10 different sales jobs?
Yeah.
So I was thinking my plan would be to work for a company, whether it's in sales or HR. I genuinely don't care which direction because I have a passion in both. And then from there, hopefully, I save up enough, or I will. I'm manifesting. I'll save up enough to where I can open up a few businesses, maybe start investing in real estate, just because at the end of it all, I want to be my own boss. I want to only answer for myself.
Yeah.
I don't like answering for other people.
Yeah, that's great that you feel confident enough to have that plan and to
Mhm.
go along with that.
Mhm.
Let's see. Can you share a special moment from your campus experience?
Yeah, so I feel like there's been several special moments, but I feel as though one of the most special moments would have to be when I went to Whitewater University in Wisconsin with the marketing club and I was able to um pitch myself to different companies, gain some interview experience. That's actually where I was able to meet some reps from Henry Schein.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was able to take some AI classes, which we received badges in. So I feel like that was a stepping stone and very encouraging for
Yeah,
the
that's
future.
great.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great that you got that experience and now you feel more confident in yourself in
Yes.
interviewing and you have those badges now to help you.
Yeah, and it was like a whole trip. We were able to stay the night. It was great.
That sounds like it was super fun.
Mhm.
What do you value most about IUN?
What do I value most? So, the professors that I've had in the business program, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like all of my professors have been so helpful and so encouraging because I felt like I made such a huge jump, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, in between my majors from bio to business. I feel like, I mean, none of it correlates in my
Yeah.
opinion. So it's like I felt so out of place and they made me feel like I belonged and they really uplifted me and encouraged me. And I feel like um, I I didn't really get that growing up and going to school, you know?
Yeah.
So having the business
This is off
faculty
topic
here.
of the IUN, but I know you mentioned your dad has a business. So, with your business degree,
Mm-hmm.
has he kind of shown you some of his business practices or has it gone along with that?
Yeah, yes. Yes and no. Just because he's like in the gas station
Yeah.
industry. So like he has shown me like I went on meetings with his accountant, like we go to different conventions together. So I was able to like get some experience through that as well. Um, but I mean, he's very encouraging of it too. He is very big on me opening up my own business as well, even though it's not in the same direction,
Yeah.
which is nice.
That's great.
Yeah, so I have like that guidance at least.
Yeah, that's great that you're getting that experience from him.
Mhm.
What advice do you have for other students or future students?
To be involved in clubs for sure. I feel as though I've gotten a lot of opportunities through the clubs alone,
Mm-hmm.
aside from building relationships with your professors. Because I feel like if you really show your professors that you care and ask them a million questions, even if you feel like you're annoying them, they really will help. And like they'll see that you care just as much, and then that also presents more opportunities that you wouldn't have had if you didn't care. I'm just being completely honest
Yeah.
based off my own experience. That's like the number one thing I tell students that are coming.
Yeah, that's a very important thing because
Mhm.
even I felt like I've only been in clubs for the past bit, and it's
Mhm.
really helped my experience at IUN.
Yeah, and you're gaining interviewing experiences,
Hmm.
resume building. You're meeting a bunch of different people from different companies, like casinos, the FBI,
Yeah.
just healthcare companies as well. It's
Hmm.
it's great.
Yeah, it's great to have that.
Yeah.
What are some things you do to keep a school work life balance?
I do a lot of scheduling, organizing, and planning. In my bedroom, there's a huge calendar posted up
Yeah.
on my wall. That's basically it. Just making sure I really organize my stuff. Everything's on my phone. That's on my calendar. Making sure everything correlates. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Hmm.
You always have to have that set schedule, otherwise it just goes downhill fast, I
Yeah,
feel
I
like.
tend to forget a lot of things too, so
Yeah,
I make sure I triple write things down.
that's good.
Hmm.
Okay, so now switch gears a little bit
Hmm.
here to talk a little bit about your spirituality
Yeah.
and how that plays in. So, can you tell me about your spiritual beliefs?
So, as I had mentioned earlier, I'm Sikh Punjabi, but we just believe in that there's one God. And as long as you're a good person, my religion is the kind of religion where you could be of any ethnic background, any cultural background, religious, anything, you can come into our church and you are welcomed with open arms and you even get a free meal. Yeah, so it's great. Yeah, I mean, it's basically it.
So, I know that with the Indian culture, there
Mhm.
are like multiple different religions. So,
Mhm.
have you ever, I guess, explored is a good word for that, explored the different religions, or is that just strictly forbidden in your culture? Like, you have to stick with whatever you're born into?
Yeah. So I'm not too. My religion is so okay. I trying to figure out how to explain it. It's so open.
Okay.
So it's like you explore whatever you want as long as you're a good person inside. My religion is basically just being a good person, if we're being honest, and just making sure you don't lie and you're taking care of yourself and you're taking care of other people as you would if they were your mom, dad, siblings, anything like that. I've explored different religions as well, like Hinduism,
Mm-hmm.
Muslim, all of that stuff, and I find it all intriguing. Even Christianity and
Yeah.
Catholic. I just feel like at the end of it, the goal is still all just one, just being a good person, and I feel like we tend to forget that
Yeah.
sometimes, you know?
I've done a little bit of exploring with different religions as well,
Yeah.
just because I think it's interesting.
Mhm.
But I haven't really looked into your religion at all.
Yeah.
But as far as, because I know within the Christianity religion, like you have to accept God into your heart and like
Mhm.
say like, yeah, I accept Him. I'm pushing everything else away.
Mhm.
Basically, do you have something like that in your religion, or is it just like you said, being a good person?
I mean, I guess there's always like that acceptance of God and just allowing yourself to let him in.
Okay.
But I mean, we are taught that as long as you are a good
Okay.
person and you're doing everything by the books, and by the books, I mean just like not lying and
Mm-hmm.
basically not eating meat either. But I like meat, I like
Yeah.
chicken, so it's just like that. But yeah, no, it's basically it's a very simple religion. I feel like a lot of people try to make it a little bit more than it is. But it's very simple.
Yeah, it seems like it's a very simple, straightforward religion. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing like hiding behind the curtains and like
Yeah.
you do this and you're like thrown out.
Yeah,
Like,
and like my favorite thing about it is like the acceptance of everyone. I feel like that was the main reason why I feel like I love my religion because of that. Because I
mm-hmm.
feel like a lot of people are so um not I'm trying to think of the word for it, but not disregarding, but think that their religion is more superior, if
Mm-hmm.
that makes sense. And it's
Yes, it
like,
does.
well,
Yeah,
there's all
that's
of us.
like I had mentioned earlier, that's something that you run into in the church I had left
Hmm.
because they would just think they are superior and like they want you to conform to what they think is right and
Yeah.
wrong.
And in my religion, there is none of that. It's
Yeah.
like you don't have to convert. You don't have to do anything you don't want to do. You should be a good person,
Yeah.
really.
That's a really good thing for
Yeah.
religion.
Mhm.
So, how's your spirituality affect your life and family life?
It's affected it in a way that growing up it wasn't easy because I am such a wild child
Yeah.
and my religion is it's pretty conservative and what we wear and even just talking to boys like that was a huge issue because in my religion it's separate. Even at my church, um whether you're married or not, like you sit separately. The women sit on one side, the men sit on one side. It's like we just stay separated. Like cutting my hair. We're not allowed to cut our hair. We're not allowed to like shave our legs. We're not allowed to if you had a water bottle that you drink out of, like I can't drink out of it. Like you can't
Okay.
share things of like that. Not even a hairbrush. You're not even supposed to share any single thing. So I feel like that was a little bit challenging growing up just because I was rebellious
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that it really stressed my parents out a lot. But now that I'm older, I've really honed in on my religion and stayed strong.
Okay, so with that, did you find it kind of a struggle, like especially in school, like early education, to kind of translate that, like, oh, I can't do this because of this, like,
Yes, I feel like a lot of kids weren't as understanding. I was the only Indian kid in
yeah,
my school, period. There was not much diversity, so I feel like no one really understood where I was coming from, and that made me feel like an outsider a lot, which is also a reason why I was kind of getting away from my religion. And it not made me resent it in a way, but it made me feel like, well, why can't I just be Christian or Catholic and it'd just be
mm-hmm.
easier? But it was never really about religion, I guess. It was just mainly about um I guess just I don't want to keep saying
Just how
being a
people
good
are,
person.
yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So let's see, what do you think is a common misconception about your religion?
About my religion. That we like worship cows and stuff. We do think they're sacred, but we don't sit there and like pray to a cow and pray to all these animals. Just basically stuff like that.
So it's part of your religion, because I know some Indian religion has like they believe after you pass, like you
Or reincarnated.
reincarnate.
Yeah, so that's what my real yeah, that's
Okay.
basically it. I'm not too sure how I feel about that just because of different like TV shows that I watch of like
Yeah.
Long Island Medium. I'm like, so what is life after death really? You
Yeah.
know, we can spiral into that. It's like a whole
Yeah,
like
it's a whole just
yeah.
black hole topic where
I'm
you're
saying
just never ending.
yeah. But that is a part of my religion though, is to believe reincarnation. My family, everybody does. I'm just not sure if I do yet or not.
Okay.
Hmm.
So then, what do you do for fun? Do you have any hobbies?
Yeah, I do a lot of skincare. I feel like it's the best way for me to just relax. But I love to play volleyball in my
Yeah.
free time. Like I said, I play for that rec league in Crown Point. And I work a lot too, so
Yeah.
that's about it.
Tell me about a favorite moment that involved taking time for yourself.
Okay, yeah, so it would probably have to be just a past couple weeks ago I had gone to Australia to go see my sister because she lives there, and I feel like that was a perfect couple weeks because we were gone almost the whole month, so I
Yeah.
feel like that was the perfect way for me to just be me, be by myself, and explore different side of the world just by myself.
Are the bugs as bad in Australia as they say?
So when I went, I had gone in June and it's their winter, so their seasons are opposite.
Okay.
So thankfully I didn't see a lot of bugs. I did see a spider, but it was just like a regular old spider, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
I hate bugs, so glad
Well,
that I didn't experience that.
yeah, I'll see something sometimes where it's like giant bugs from
Yes,
Australia, and I'm just like, I don't know.
it's insane. My sister's seen centipedes, or things that look like centipedes. They're like double the size. I don't
Ooh,
even know. It's crazy though.
I could not live there.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm good.
Do you have anything else you would like to share that's important that we didn't discuss?
Yeah, so I am a part of a bunch of different clubs here at IUN, HR being one of them.
Mhm.
You're actually the vice president of
Yeah.
HR. I'm involved in marketing, entrepreneurship, women in business. I feel like there's another one that I'm forgetting. Oh, the Asian club too. And I
Okay.
feel like a lot of students aren't very well aware of the clubs. like you said, you didn't know about it until like your later years in college, and I didn't either until I met some of the friends that I met through my classes.
Mm-hmm.
So I just feel like it's very important for the students here to know, coming in as freshmen, that here these are all the opportunities that are presented through these clubs, and really put an importance on the clubs as well, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could have figured out a little bit more
Yeah.
sooner rather than later.
But I feel like it's also a struggle with freshmen coming in
Mhm.
because they're just very unsure of themselves coming
Yep.
in, and
Exactly. And I feel like it's a perfect way to help guide as well, and just kind of
yeah.
figure out what path the students want to go on. And I think it's amazing that one of the professors here is like making kind of like that an assignment is to join a club.
Yeah, it's a great assignment to have to allow them
Yeah.
to meet new people and connect with people and build their
Yes.
network. And
That's a huge part of it, is building your network, especially in business.
yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, well, that's about it.
Okay, well, thank you so much for
Yeah,
allowing me to interview you.
thank you.